part of my recovery story is the fact that I was able to open up and share some dark secrets with a mental health professional, some things that were holding me back from living a recovered life, being a productive and responsible member of society, because I kept certain things that were hurting me a secret. So basically here to raise awareness, reduce stigma, and transform culture surrounding mental health and substance misuse. The awareness needs to be that addiction is not a moral issue. Just because we were addicted and we made some bad choices and had negative consequences does not mean that we're bad people. It means that we need treatment. We need professional psychiatric services. We need counseling. We need social activities. There's a holistic approach that goes into recovering, a recovered person, and allowing them to become, or giving them the best chance at becoming productive, law-abiding, tax-paying members of society. The thing I would say is you gotta surrender. You gotta surrender, because our biggest enemy, my biggest enemy, let me speak for myself, is my thinking. My thinking, and a sick mind conversing with a sick mind is never the answer. So I have to surrender and admit that I am powerless over my addiction, that my life is unmanageable, and I have to be willing to sit with counselors, with people in the program of Narcotics Anonymous that have been clean for many years, listen to their story, glean from what it is that they have to say, and begin to have the willingness to implement some of the things, and some of the things that aren't easy for those of us that come from an addictive lifestyle, implement those things so that we too can follow the example of others and recover. I was tore up from the floor up, beat up from the feet up, and needing a checkup from the neck up 6 years ago. I was homeless. I was eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, living in my car outside of an apartment complex in Southfield, Michigan. And the thing about it is, you know, I knew that I was better than how it was that I was living, but it was like, you know, I had an issue. I was stealing from myself and didn't even know that anything was missing. I didn't know that there was a solution until I checked myself into inpatient treatment, and I learned about the disease of addiction, and I had a tremendous counselor. After my 2-week stay at Maple Grove, she suggested that I go to a three-quarter house. I spent 3 months at a three-quarter house, and that's where I met this professional psychiatrist who was also in recovery, 36-year clean, and his transparency and his honesty about his story, that gleaned off on me, and I could identify with it, and that got me to open up about some issues that I had kept private for so long. My message is, if I can do it, anybody can do it, and our message is that an addict, any addict, can stop using dope, lose the desire to use dope, and find a new way to live.